Previously on Town Hall 11 Free to Play, we used the Super Barbs to steal Big Dark Elixir. Today, let's get into how the lightning spell changes how to use miners and hogs. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 12 of the Town Hall 11 Free to Play series. So what about that new lightning spell adjustment? That's the new hotness right now. It's so popular. Everybody loves it. It's destroying buildings left and right. So what if I told you that the new lightning spell will adjust how you do the miner hog rider hybrid attack and simplifies things a little bit? We're going to get into that attack today. Now, the downside to this strategy is the fact that if you're like me and you don't have those level 8 lightning spells unlocked yet, you're not going to be able to do it just yet. But for those of you that are advanced and you have that new level 8 lightning spell, you're going to love this stuff. But we cannot do it on this account, so we're going to have to jump over to a not so free to play account to show you this attack in action. But before we make that jump, I got to show you the results of yesterday. 186,000 dark elixir spent. Use the super barbarians and we're already back up to 63,000 dark elixir. Just going to throw that out there for you. So in order to understand today's strategy, you're going to need to understand how the miner hog rider hybrid attack works normally. In most cases, you're going to have a queen walk and you're going to have a barbarian king with the siege barracks, hog riders inside the siege barracks, and they're going to basically spend their time funneling the outsides of the base with the queen's intent to eliminate the enemy clan castle troops. We've talked about this a few episodes ago, as a matter of fact. So we have a very standard miner hog rider attack. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're just going to point out the very important detail here. So we have a clan castle and an eagle artillery side by side. This is actually going to become a very bad placement if the lightning spells remain in the configuration that they currently are in the game. So we have a lava hound and we have a balloon. The bigger threat here is the balloon if the lava hound does not pop. However, we're going to deal with the lava hound. But what if this was an electro dragon? Or what if this was a witch and ice golem combination? Something of that nature. You might not even have to deal with this when we incorporate the lightning spells. So we have this situation going on here, and this attack can be done slightly different. Even though this was a very beautiful 3-star by Dark Shadow, we do not have to worry about the clan castle troops if we destroy it with the lightning spells. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I like simple stuff. I don't like tables and graphs. I want the information right now. So what's important? What you need to know as of today's date, this is always subject to change based on the developer, whether they like this or not. They might change it in the future. So make sure that if you stumble across this video later on, check the date on it. It might not work anymore. As of right now, it takes exactly 6 level 8 lightning spells and 1 level 5 earthquake spell to destroy a clan castle at Town Hall 11. And on the opposite side, 7 level 8 lightning spells and 1 level 5 earthquake spell to destroy a level 2 eagle artillery. These are important stats, and this is what the results look like. If they are stacked together like this, you can destroy both the clan castle and the eagle artillery side by side and destroy them from the beginning. Why does this matter? Because you don't even have to deal with clan castle troops if the clan castle itself is destroyed. There are no clan castle troops. So the rest of your army will look exactly the same as a standard hybrid attack. You got your miners, you got your hogs, and you're still going to do a little bit of queen walking. Now, the alteration of your spells will be based on the type of base you're dealing with, whether you're trying to keep your queen walk alive or you're trying to send the healers over to the hogs and the miners. In this case, we have 2 heal spells, and this was a first time attempt. We planned to send the healers over to the miners and hogs and allow the queen to die. So you're still going to start out with your funneling just like you would do in a standard hybrid attack. We got that queen placed up in the top side of the base with the seeking balloon, looking for seeking air mines or SAMs or whatever you want to call them. We got the healers backing the queen up, and her job is to clear out these buildings and make sure that we set a funnel up here in the top side of the base. We are going to send the miners and hogs through this compartment over here into the first Inferno tower. So we got a baby dragon dropped since the archer tower is distracted on that queen, and the queen is going to work for a little while clearing out some buildings. Now you have to really pay attention to your timing here because you can cause yourself to time fail if you put too much into the queen walk portion. So that queen is going to deal with an archer tower, and we're going to start the opposite side funnel. We got that barb king placed down here on the bottom left side of the screen, and he's going to eliminate these buildings. And what we're doing here is we're leaving these defenses in this compartment and this compartment to make sure that the miners and hogs work together and do not spread out. You do not, I say again, you do not want your miners and hogs spreading out from one another and getting separated, because that's where the attack might fail. Siege barracks placed on the far left side of the screen to start clearing these exterior buildings with the P.E.K.K.A. and wizards, and we're going to allow that siege barracks to count down just like the previous episode on a standard hybrid attack. Now that queen is working her way into an enemy queen, and more than likely that queen is going to die here after the elimination of the enemy queen. Her ability is going to be used. She's going to take out that bomb tower. Very important to get rid of bomb towers. And we also have a poison spell in the composition to deal with ground set skeleton traps in very trying situations. So queen is going to die at the hand of a single target. So on the far left side of the screen, we are going to work our hogs and miners into the base with the Grand Warden. The healers are starting to work their way back across the base to help the miners and hogs out. You'll notice that we leave a very nice path of defenses right here in the compartment like I mentioned a moment ago, and let's see how this develops. They're going to work through a giant bomb placement. We're going to drop a heal spell in this region because we have a bomb tower as well as a wizard tower, but we're also going to find a tornado trap, a barb king, and a giant bomb. So we're going to use the Grand Warden's ability to keep our hog riders and our miners alive as they transition around the corner and work their way back up towards the right side of the screen, going into multiple defenses. Now we're going to have a little bit of a split with our miners and hogs now as they work through this area. Another heal spell dropped, a little redundancy here since we do have the healers working with them. Possibly could have held on to that heal spell for this back end area, but we did not. So just keep that in mind. You can always transition or change your army based on what's happening in the attack. The healers did latch onto the Grand Warden, so it didn't really matter in this situation anyways, because the hogs would have lost the healers regardless. So the hogs are going to weaken out. They're going to end up losing some health due to a giant bomb placement right there, but you're going to notice that we still have plenty of miners to help get this task completed while they're working on an expo and a final inferno tower. We'll go ahead and speed it up, that way you can see the army for yourself. And the next replay, we're going to take a look at an adjustment, removing a heal spell and adding a rage, and the reason behind that change. All right, so for this next attack, we have a different troop configuration in the spell department. Now I must admit that this base was very, very hard. It was designed to kind of stop the hybrid attack, to be honest with you. And so the one thing that I need you to understand about Town Hall 11 is that you will never hear me say it's an easy Town Hall level to 3-star. It's always going to be something that will throw off your attack. So even though we're eliminating the clan castle and eliminating the eagle artillery, you still have many other things that you have to worry about. Your spell placement, the use of your Grand Warden, the ground set skeleton traps, the giant bomb placements, the king. These are all contributing factors to the success of your attack. So we're going to start out in a similar manner to the previous attack. We're going to use our 7 lightning spells and our 1 earthquake spell to get a lot of value in this compartment. We're destroying an expo, eagle artillery, cannon, and the clan castle troops. So we don't have to worry about what's inside the clan castle because it's no longer with us. We're going to use our queen in the top side of this base to take down the Town Hall 1. Just in case we don't successfully 3-star, we at least get a 2-star, a high percentage 2-star. But we're also kind of focusing on trying to clear out buildings and set up a funnel for our miners and hog riders to transition through this base cleanly and not spread out across the base. So we got the queen working, we got a baby dragon drop to make sure that that queen does not turn the corner, and she's going to eliminate multiple things in this area. We have an inferno tower, we have an archer queen, we have a wizard tower, we have a couple of point defenses, and we really need to focus on this section for a moment and make sure that she takes these things down. Dropping the rage spell, placement of that rage spell is incredibly important, because if you just drop it back behind her or you don't capture the healers in that spell, you might lose your queen in this scenario. So you need to make sure that you place your rage spells in the right area to make sure that it encapsulates both the queen and the healers. And this is the result. She's going to eliminate buildings faster, but she's also going to be able to take out the ground set skeleton traps as well as that inferno tower. Now remember, timing is everything in these attacks, so you need to make sure that you pay attention to when you're dropping your troops. You must practice these types of attacks. We got the barb king place and the siege barracks place to start clearing out the opposite side funnel. this is where we're going to send our miners and hogs into the base. So we got the king and the P.E.K.K.A working, queen's cutting inside a wall, she's going to eliminate a wizard tower, and then she's going to kick back on the outside of the base, which is basically why we brought a rage spell instead of a heal spell. So you're going to notice that we've tried to do our best by keeping our miners and hogs together. And we're going to have a little bit of an issue down here in the bottom side of the base because we're going to have a split. So you're going to notice that those hogs over on the top left side of the screen, or just under the friendly challenge tab, they have broken away and gone on this side of the base, while the rest of our group went down here. Now we did cross the 51% mark, so we did activate these hidden Teslas, but if these were not activated, our hogs would have went in a different direction instead of staying on course like they're going to do. We're holding on to that Grand Warden's ability because we have a lot of traps in this area. Groundset skeleton trap using the poison and the heal spell, and the miners and hogs are going to split. Now the timing of the Grand Warden's ability was almost like perfect. I couldn't believe it myself. I actually got it this time, and they are able to capture the hogs and miners right here, and it's also able to catch the hogs over here, which are going to grant the hogs time to take out this expo over here, while our miners and hogs work through the hidden Tesla farm down on the bottom side of the base. And the queen was able to eliminate multiple buildings on the outside over there, so they're going to basically work their way together. So this is just an example for you. Don't always plan that it's going to work out perfectly, because you have to pay attention to these contributing factors. The pathing of your troops is incredibly important, and I'm going to go ahead and speed up this attack for you, because you'll see that we have a massive group of miners and wizards and P.E.K.K.A. They're going to assist with taking out that Barb King and elimination of the final Inferno Tower, but just wanted to show you that one because that's an alternate method that you can use. So let's go ahead and finish up the video by doing one live out in global, and we have a center place town hall. Now these bases are a little bit easier to destroy than those anti-3s, believe it or not. Now our army is a little bit changed, but let's see if we can try to take out a bunch of stuff with our lightning spells. We got the clan castle and the eagle placed very close together, but we want to try to capture both of them in this drop. We don't have to worry about the clan castle troops, and down will go the eagle. So you see that we do damage to a little bit of buildings around it, but we were really focused on the elimination of that over there. So let's go ahead and drop our queen over here. Let's go ahead and release the scout balloon, and we're going to drop our healers, and we're going to try to set up a funnel for our miners to travel through the base, take down the Inferno Towers, the expos, and we might send in the queen to help out a little bit over here where the air defenses are at. Remember, timing is everything, so we need to go ahead and drop our Barb King and release our siege barracks to try to clear out some buildings and make sure that we set the funnel on the opposite side. Let's go ahead and release some wall breakers to help out a little bit here and try to open up this compartment for our queen, since we do have a rage spell, so we might be able to eliminate some stuff here. Use that king's ability, drop the baby dragon to help out a little bit, and let's go ahead and drop a rage spell on our queen. Looks like she's going to continue on that path. So let's go ahead and release the miners once that bomb tower goes down. Down goes the bomb tower. Let's go ahead and release our hogs and send in our Grand Warden. We have one heal spell to help our troops out, so we really have to make that count. Now the air defense is targeting our queen's healers, so that's very unfortunate. Heal spell down for our hogs. We do have the Grand Warden's ability to help out a little bit, so let's go ahead and use that to save our hog riders while the miners and wizards take out that queen. And the miners and hogs are going to power through the town hall, taking down the Inferno Tower. Queens made it all the way to the top side of the base, so that's actually a really good thing. We got one wall breaker remaining in our composition, finding a tornado trap in the center, but there's no defenses there anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And they're going to work their way up towards the top side of the base where the remaining defenses are at. We do not need this poison spell since there doesn't appear to be any ground set skeleton traps. The miners will take out the Barb King while the hogs destroy the defenses. And the queen, like I said, her ability is still available, so we can go ahead and pop that and destroy the rest of these buildings up here in the top side of the base. But you will notice that the center place town hall bases fall a lot faster, and they're a lot less complicated to destroy than those anti-3-star war bases. But just had to include that for those of you that wanted to see it on that type of base. And with that final attack complete, I do believe that that's going to be it for today. Now, ideally, if you're using this attack strategy with those lightning spells, you want to take out the Eagle Artillery over the clan castle. If you do have that situation, you're going to want to still have to queen walk walk and eliminate those clan castle troops just like you would do in a normal hybrid attack. But you're more than likely going to need the poison spell and the rage spell for that type of scenario. But as of right now, I'm seeing a lot of defensive setups with the clan castle and the eagle artillery stacked next to each other like this. This is going to more than likely change in the future, whether it's going to be base builders changing their builds, or it's going to be the game developer realizing that lightning spells are eliminating eagle artilleries and they don't necessarily like that. But we'll see how it works out in the future. If you enjoyed our content or you got something out of today's video, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you have not done so already. And if you like watching us every single day, turn on those notifications. If you need any additional video support or you want to see the Town Hall 11 free-to-play series from the very beginning, click one of those links over there and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.